Hi everyone, my name is Allie Scheidt, and today I'm going to be talking about muted group theory. Muted group theory was a standout theory for me whenever we were learning about all the different theories in communication theory. I felt that as a woman, it was a theory that I could directly relate to and actively see in my day-to-day life. As a result of my passion for muted group theory, I decided to do some further research on the theory that I think is relevant to all college students. Before I go into that extension of research, though, I would first just like to recover the basics of the theory. To start off, the muted group theory is rooted in the critical tradition of communication. The main reason why it's in the critical tradition is because the key aspect of the theory focuses that an unjust power is being held in a certain group of society. In this case, woman is the smaller group and men is the group holding the power, so they're the dominant in society. The theory states that women and other marginalized groups have their opinions muted by dominant groups. Charis Kramare, who's a women's studies scholar, further studied this theory and discovered that this may be a result of perspectives held by men. By this, I think that she means that men are the ones who initiated communication and therefore think that they control it. Kramare thinks that men take control of women and use abusive language to get their point across. Women can then feel silenced and are afraid to speak out against men's views, considering they control society or dominate society. So now that we've covered the basics of the theory, I would like to show you a real-life example of muted group theory in action. Take a look at this advertisement that was put out by Hardee's in 2014. As you can see, it has a picture of a woman with red lipstick, and she's licking her lips, and then there's the actual burger they are advertising, which is Chipotle Angus Thick Burger, with the phrase, "Tried this delicious hotness yet?" There's a couple of reasons I think this advertisement is an example of muted group theory. The image of the woman licking her lips can often come off as sexual in nature. This combined with the phrase, "Tried this delicious hotness yet?" could imply to the audience that they are inferring that the woman is the delicious hotness that they are referring to. As a result of this, the woman is being sexualized, and they are using this as a means to sell the burger to their target audience, which in this case is males, middle-aged males. Male audiences are assumed to buy this up and think of attractive women when they think about buying this burger. Muted group theory comes into play here because it implies that women should be targeted as sexual purposes in advertisement. Since this is a male-dominated concept, women then feel muted by this, and sexual advertising continues to exist, as I'm sure you guys see countless of examples of this. So now that we have recovered muted group theory and shown you guys an example, I'd also like to share with you the extension of the theory that I found. This helped me understand the theory a little bit better because it pertains to college students in particular. In a scholarly article written by Burnett, Mattern, Harakova, Cal, Tobola, and Bornson in the Journal of Applied Communication Research, they studied date rape cultures on college campuses. After looking into the myths about rapes and facilitating a discussion, they found that college campuses foster date rape cultures through the muted group theory. First, the authors of this research talked about the popular myths concerning rape culture. I found two within their work that I personally have heard a lot even on Truman's campus itself, and I thought that they should be addressed. First, there is a myth that women should be able to resist a man that is trying to rape them. They talk about how it is a common view for people to think that women should have enough strength to fight off their attacker. Some that agree with this viewpoint think that if a woman didn't want it enough, she would be able to hit or punch or bite her attacker. We know that this is a myth, though, because sometimes the woman being attacked is physically not able to escape a stronger male or female, whoever their attacker may be. Even if she doesn't want it, if someone goes to the gym every day and is physically more fit than her, she's not going to be able to fight them off. That doesn't mean she still wants to be raped, though. Another myth that I hear all the time, and that is addressed in the research, is that a victim was asking for it because of her clothing. For example, if a woman was wearing a V-neck shirt with cleavage showing, that means that she wants to have sexual interactions later that night. As a woman, I can say with confidence that I dress for myself, and I dress to look good for myself and make me feel good, and me picking out my clothes doesn't mean I want it. Both of these myths covered by the authors contribute to muted group theory. By implying that women are too weak to fight off their attacker, and it says that they are being weak for being raped. It can promote the idea that it was their fault that they couldn't handle themselves. These feelings of weakness can then prevent women from coming forward about their rape because they feel like it was their own problem, not anyone else's. Women also feel silenced when they are told that they are asking for it. As you can see in this picture below, there are 3 different women all wearing various levels of clothing. On the left-hand side, we see a woman dressed from head to toe with only her face showing. In the middle is a more everyday kind of look with some skin showing. And then on the right, there's someone wearing a little bit less clothing. According to the Girls Empowerment Network, these drawings were all based off of real-life accounts of women who had been sexually assaulted. So this shows that no matter what clothing you are wearing, there is still sexual predators who will take advantage of you. It doesn't matter if you were wearing more revealing clothing or if you were covered head to toe. That doesn't make you more promiscuous, but all 3 of these women were sexually assaulted. This myth that women can't wear provocative clothes makes women feel bad for the clothing choices they wear, and they dress themselves in a more conservative way to protect themselves from getting raped. This is muting women to not be able to dress and express themselves through their clothing. So now that we've discussed 2 of the rape myths that were covered in the study, I would like to share the research they did that led them to the conclusion that date rape culture is encouraged on college campuses. Burnett and the other scholars initiated a facilitated discussion with different groups on college campuses. These groups included an all-male group, an all-female group, an all-male athlete group, an all-female athlete group, and an all-National Panhellenic Council, so that's like sororities, and an all-interfraternity council, so that's fraternities. With these groups, the authors led a discussion to the groups and collected their thoughts about the actions involving 3 categories: pre-date rape, actual date rape, and post-date rape. After gathering information from all the groups, what they found was alarming. They found that the groups that were male-dominated, so that was like the male athlete group, the all-male group, the interfraternity group, said that date rape wasn't that much of a problem on college campuses. The authors report that these groups stated that date rape was ambiguous and was very situational, meaning it didn't happen as much as society and people thought that it happens. On the other hand, all-women groups reported that date rape was a major issue on college campuses. Several women even acknowledged that they have to think about how drunk they get at a party or what they wear out to avoid being sexually assaulted. The difference in the viewpoints between men and females on college campuses definitely contributes to the muted group theory. The fact that males didn't view it as a problem was astounding to me. According to RAINN, which is a website dedicated to sexual violence victims, 54% of sexual assault victims range from the age of 18 to 34. This means that a majority of sexual assault could take place in college. The facts are there, but the dominant group, the males in this case, don't believe that it is a prevalent problem on college campuses. Women feel like it is a major problem, but still the problem continues. The authors believe that this is because the women are afraid to voice their concerns to the public. They think that women don't want to go against the male ideas on college campuses and don't want to speak up. And as a result of this, date rape will continue to be a problem. So this extension of research was very interesting to me, and it was also kind of depressing to learn about. I feel like I really benefited by knowing that muted group theory within date culture. I didn't really know this was much of a problem, but I realize now that this was taking place on a college campus, this facilitated discussion, and that could happen here at Truman. And the fact that so much sexual assault does happen in college, and a lot of men don't even acknowledge the fact that it's a problem, is kind of scary. But this research provided me the opportunity to build off the basics we learned in class and apply it to a different marginalized group. So in this case, date rape victims. I hope in the future, if we continue to bring attention to these muted groups, we can initiate a society where this doesn't have to exist anymore. I hope that this helps clarify muted group theory a little bit more and provides you guys maybe motivation to look into this problem further. Thank you.